Dateline, Charlottesville, Virginia. 1965 saw the founding of the Friends of the McIntyre Public Library. The new organization of volunteers will be devoted to supplementing the many needs, financial and otherwise, of this ever-growing public service.
Every year, the Friends of JMRL run this amazing book sale, which recycles millions of books and book-related items and musical items into the hands of people who will read them, learn from them, and enjoy them, and has the amazing upshot of raising funds which support almost all of the programming for our branches. And the programming is important to the library because it brings people in. It's community service oriented programming which educates people, entertains people. It's very important to the library.
Well, the Crozet Library was a unique venture. As you know, the County of Albemarle built the building, and it was up to donors and a great fundraising group to bring everything that you see here inside the building to our community. The Friends organization was instrumental in contributing funds to enable us to purchase books and furnishings, and as with everything else, we couldn't have done it without our friends.
Well, the Friends of Jefferson-Madison Regional Library is a terrific organization. Maybe a lot of people don't know the variety of things that they provide for libraries here in Central Virginia, but they provide a lot. Basically, everything that's not provided with tax funds comes from the Friends of the Library. So all of the children's programs that thousands of children enjoy every year, puppet shows, story programs, music programs, all of that's funded by the Friends of Jefferson-Madison Regional Library.
Sit right up here and listen to some good stories. And you know what we're going to talk about today? Dogs and cats. Raise your hand if anyone has a dog at home. Does anyone have a dog at home?
I have a dog tomorrow.
You are?
I have 2 cats.
2 cats, Clint?
So in the past 5 years or so, the Friends of the Library have contributed significantly, and we've asked more and more from them over the last 5 years because we've increased the programming dramatically here at the Central Library. We've always used Friends funding for children's and young adult programs, but in the last 5 years, I would say our adult programming has increased 100%. So funding for refreshments for the 2 adult book groups that we have each month, funding for the documentary film series that we have refreshments for, and they also pay for the screening rights for the films that we do, the movie licenses that we do.
We here at JMRL are always appreciative of how much the Friends of the Library does for us. Specifically at the Bookmobile, they gave us $20,000 when we bought this brand new vehicle, which made a huge difference. And more recently, they offered me a chunk of money so I could set up my new office space here at the new library on Rio Road.
The other really important thing that the Friends do for us is that they provide for the funding for a sort of professional volunteer recognition event, which we have every October. Our volunteers do almost all of our shelving. They also do all of the gardening for this beautiful building that we're in, and they run some of our programs. Our volunteers are really important to us, and it's really important that we say thank you to them in a formal way every year. This program costs over $1,000, and it's this book sale run by the amazing friends who toil all year long running this book sale, and it provides the funds for recognizing our volunteers every year.
We just couldn't do what we do without the support of the Friends of the Library. Gordon Avenue is known for its children's services and programs.
Marie, look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I forgot you're here.
And Friends funding helps us with everything from craft supplies to summer program performers. Friends funding also supports our page-to-screen film series for adults. The Friends are our neighbors here at Gordon Avenue, and Bill and Andrew are always ready to help us out with books for our paperback exchange and any other books we might need for the collection.
Well, the Friends of Jefferson-Madison Regional Library, over the years, they've funded innovative programs. For example, they helped start our internet computer service at the library.
Mont Ave is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, and the Friends, of course, have always been supportive of our efforts, and I wasn't around at the beginning, but they contributed toward establishing the computer lab and the community network. And since then have given us funding for promotional products and for extras like hosting various groups, providing refreshments and that sort of thing. So we're very grateful for our Friends.
Well, the Friends have been most generous in their donations for all of our programming that we do, all the extra things that we wouldn't be able to afford otherwise. And this year in particular, they've been very supportive of the new initiative that we're trying to start here at Nelson, and that's the Reach Out and Read program that we're doing in cooperation with Blue Ridge Medical Center. And they've been supportive of us, helping us fund that. Reach Out and Read is a program where the pediatrician, during the well child visits for children, gives the child and their parent a book and encourages reading for children that are under the age of 5. And so the Friends of the Library are going to help us get that started here in Nelson, which is a wonderful undertaking. Blue Ridge Medical Center has been most appreciative, as have we, something that's much needed in Nelson. So they've helped us in lots of ways that they don't even know.
The Friends of the Library has made it possible for Louisa to provide invaluable programs for teens and adults. Of course, the Friends have always been longtime supporters of our children's programs, but since I've been here in the last 3 months, we've been able to add 3 teen programs per month and at least 2 adult programs per month. For example, this past Sunday, we had a Taste of India event, and as you can see, my henna is still on my hand here, and we were able to bring Dhruti, who's an expert in Indian culture, out here to Louisa in order to share some of her culture. You know, she brought traditional Indian food with her, music, dancing, and everything, so that the Louisa County residents could enjoy that out here in Louisa. And also we have a Comic-Con coming up that will take place here at the Louisa Library that would be impossible without funding from the Friends.
Okay, I've only been here since November this year, but I've heard about how the Friends came together and saved Scottsville Library from being closed, because we are the smallest library in the system and there were budget cuts, and I heard there were moves pretty imminent. They were going to close the library within a matter of months, and a number of people from the community got together with their friends and the library was saved.
They're the ones who support all these programs we do for teens with money, so thank you, Friends!
I'm Olivia.
I'm Mary.
And we're hosting this thing, so we'd just like to kind of go over some of the rules we have.
If history shows us anything, it's that first times do not go well, just in general. Case in point, the First World War. That may have been the worst historic first ever. I mean, it's not like the Second World War was any better, but come on. World War II was clearly the superior war. That's just the way it is.
Come on to me now.
Friends have contributed so much to the Northside branch going back to 1991, but in the new branch, which opened in March of 2015, they donated $10,000 for us to be able to get things that weren't part of the budget. And among the things we got were kitchen appliances. We got 2 refrigerators, one for our program room. We also got a mini refrigerator for the meeting room so that groups can put things in it if they have things to keep cool during their meeting. And we were able to enhance the art wall, which hadn't turned out the way we had hoped. And with the Friends money, we were able to make some changes to it so that artists can now use it. And our first display in May will be from Julia Kindred. The Friends are an essential part of the Jefferson-Madison Regional Library. We could not do what we do without them. So we appreciate them and all the work they put into the book sales that raises so much money for programming. We pay for all of our children's programs, teen programs, adult programs. We buy the refreshments, we buy the prizes, we buy the books we give out as prizes, we hire the performers, we buy the craft materials. Really, there is no aspect that the Friends' contribution does not touch. And I can't tell you how appreciative we are. I also want to say for the record that I think this is pretty unusual. I don't know of other library systems that have as generous a funding from a Friends group as we do. And the fact that once we get our discretionary money, we can choose to spend it in the way that benefits our branch. The Friends are not micromanagers. They are incredibly generous, hardworking citizens of Charlottesville, Albemarle, Louisa Green, and Nelson who help us so much.
And he was happy. And that is the story of the golden bird.
Stepfather was Arthur Hess, and he was definitely an organizational guy, and he saw great opportunities for organizing when he followed my mother in here, and he became, I guess, president of the Friends, and my mother ran the sale for a pretty good number of years.